All right, let's get a check on the livestock market now. Let's see how it's playing out. We know turkey, a popular source of protein and consumed mainly by upper-class Nigerians, with its demand peaking during the festive seasons like Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. The price of turkey has increased by 36% year on year and is currently trading at about 7,200 naira per kilo. It's up from 5,300 naira. Let's bring in Tommy Jawole now to bring us up to speed. Great to have you. So what's responsible for this increase, more increases as usual?
Thank you for having me, Ladi. Nigeria is currently in an inflationary environment, so it's hard to find a commodity whose price has not increased, in the past 2 or 3 years. Turkey in particular, in October 2022, was going for about 3,500 naira per kilo. Then in 2023, it was going for about 5,200. Now it's going for about 7,200. And if we continue with this trend of 2,000 naira every year, we might be buying kilo for about 9,500 per kilo in 2025. Hopefully, we don't reach there. The main factors that have driven the inflation in Nigeria, we all know, increase in price of petrol. That is affecting the cost of operation and transportation. And then we also have, increase in the importation because of the exchange rate depreciation. So the inputs that we're using for production are also going up. But, the hope is that by the time we reach next year, Nigeria is already going to be on the path of recovery where we are more resistant to these external shocks, and we are able to lower the risk of having all these economic shocks. But in the next 2 or 3 months, we might see an increase in price, and the reason is because turkey has a cultural significance in Nigeria. Most times it's used in celebrations and also as a gift in festival season. So as Christmas is coming, we might see an increase in demand for turkey, and if there's no ease in all these supply chain constraints, that's going to put an upward pressure in the price.
And talking about, Christmas coming, do you think, the average consumer will still stay resilient, these holidays coming?
Yeah, so, when it comes to turkey, consumers of turkey are not consuming turkey because it's cheap. Because, some will actually even say turkey is a luxury or commodity. So, most of the consumers, the segment of people that consume turkey are usually like in the middle income, upper income level. So they are not that price sensitive. Those consumers are not that price sensitive. Of course, because of the price increase, there may be a shift to demand, but it's going to, the commodity is more towards the inelastic side. So we might just see a little bit change in demand. We expect the demand to be resilient. Then again, just the fact is that turkey is not the only thing increasing. The substitutes that they might have as well gone to the prices of those substitutes are also increasing. So there's nowhere to run to. If you like turkey because you like turkey, you're going to consume turkey. Most people that consume turkey is not because it's cheap.
Right, nowhere to run. Quite an interesting one there. But let's look at inputs now into the poultry industry. We know the price of feed, that's also on the rise with a surge in maize and sorghum. How much is this going to make price go even higher, or is there some kind of hope that the price of feedstock can actually come down at some point?
Yeah, so for poultry, when it comes to poultry farming, feed is actually a major part of the cost of production, about 60 to 70%. So we are seeing all this rise in the price of feeds because of maize, sorghum, and of course this is going to lead to increase in the price of turkey. We might see this by the time, if the import duty waiver comes in, we might see a little bit of ease in the prices of maize. But that's not going to stop the rate of increase. It's not going to bring price down to what it was before. We need more structural approaches to ease the prices. But we believe that Nigeria is on a solid path to that. And in the near term, we see a end to the price increase. When we're talking about the price of every commodity going up again.
I won't lie to you. I'm tired of all these price rises. It's become so exhausting. All right. So if I cannot buy, say, a beef because it's too expensive, if I can't get chicken, if I can't get turkey, if I can't get fish, what other protein is out there for me?
Yeah, so we were coming back to turkey again. We said people that consume turkey don't usually consume turkey because of the price. But if right now with the way things are going, we expect people to become more price sensitive. You were not price sensitive before, now you have no choice but to become price sensitive. So chicken, of course, is always cheaper compared to turkey. Beef is cheaper compared to turkey. Of course, the price also going up, but way cheaper compared to turkey. But for those who still have exotic taste and still have the income capability, people other substitutes for turkey are still like duck and ram. Even though again the price of all commodities are going up, but if that is your preference, that's the way we are becoming more price sensitive. There are egg is also on the rise, but we have fish, and there are several categories of fish that are more towards lower price level.
I guess at this point, I'll just go to the rivers and try to catch my fish myself at this point. But what policies do you think the government can take at this time to save the average consumer before Christmas?
Yeah, so well, for strategies, there's the long term, there's the short term. If we're looking before Christmas, that is going to be the short term. It's going to be straight up just providing really really subsidized feeds for the poultry, or even just subsidized product itself, just providing subsidies. We've always complained about the cash transfer programs, but this, if we're going for the short term, in the short term, if they're implemented well, it will definitely ease the cost of living. But more than the short term, we have to think about the long term. Nigeria is at a point where we need to think more beyond the short term and start thinking of the long term. We need to actually meet this at the structural level, where we need to increase the business, improve the business environment for the agricultural sector in general.
All right, definitely. We're hoping for a white Christmas at this point. Thank you so much, Tomiwa Ajowole, analyst, financial derivatives company. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.